What's up, everybody? It's the Digital World Podcast, and I'm going to show you several news articles because what you're seeing take place is a lot of food processing plants going down. And coincidentally, it's all happening around the same time. So, when you see something like this, you ask yourself, are they trying to cause a food famine or just famine? Are they really trying to cause heartache with people being able to get their supplies, right? Whether that be of food, of clothes, or whatever. Because you know that Walmart distribution center also went down and it had all sorts of things in there. And that was, I think, in the Midwest. So when you see things like that, obviously your first question is, how come this is all happening around the same time? And that's going to put constraint on these particular items, specifically food. You're going to see the costs of these things go up. And it's the situation is very dire. Here you see 7 injured in explosion as fire engulfs food plant. Smoke visible for miles. Here it says that it was a blast at a food manufacturing facility in eastern Oregon. Jeez. Okay, so that's the first article, right? The second article says plane crashes into Idaho potato and food processing plant. And all these food centers. Okay? That's the second one. And it's one dead in plane crash from Salt Lake City. So, wow. So it was going from Salt Lake City to Idaho. Another one is a fire destroyed the headquarters of largest independent food distributor in the U.S. And there's barely any coverage of it. So here it says, and this is one that people have been talking about. Fire destroys Azure Standard headquarter facility. It says the headquarters of Azure Standard, the USA's largest independent food distributor, were destroyed by fire overnight. Now, isn't that something? There were no injuries. The cause of the fire is unknown and under investigation. The loss of the facility and the impact on company-wide operations is being assessed and expected to be limited and temporary. Well, temporary can be months, a year, how long, right? Are they going to be able to get another plant up and running at the same capacity as this one? I don't think that would happen anytime soon. If they do get any kind of operations back up and running, it'll be in a limited capacity. Here's what the CEO said. While the headquarter facility is a total loss, it's a huge loss. And a few product lines will be affected. Many will be affected. This is the largest independent food distributor, and one of its headquarters was burnt to the ground. This is not a small thing. He said product lines will be affected for the short term, which again, we don't know how long that may be. Could be months, could be a year, could be more. It says are operating as close to normal as possible. Most importantly, we are grateful no one was injured. Our dedication to providing the highest quality food and products will continue as always. It says, we expect the impact to be short-term, limited in scope, and manageable. Well, we'll see about that. It says, for our customers, 3 primary product groups are affected due to the destroyed automated liquid pour facility, fruit packaging facilities, and care product facilities. So these 3 things, right? Because of this, we will experience out-of-stock status for oils, honey, and vinegars. Basically, any Azure Market liquid product. Jeez, that's gonna hit hard. As well as our carrot products. We are not yet at fruit harvest, so no immediate impact will be experienced from the loss of our fruit packing facility. Well, here's the thing, folks. If they don't have the packaging items or the packaging material to package the food, that could be a serious issue. And this, I mean, geez, when you think about it, this is putting more. Okay, it's putting more strain on the supply chain than already exists, right? But what happens when you take away supply and you still have the same demand? Well, now you have even higher demand for less supply, thus raising the prices, right? That's what's going to eventually lead to. Then you see the Walmart distribution center engulfed in flames. Look at that. Unbelievable. And that contained food, clothes, etc., all sorts of things. It says 50,000 pounds of food destroyed after fire ripped through the Maricopa Food Distribution Center. 50,000 pounds of food. Here we see an onion warehouse damaged in fire, right? In Texas. It says a structure fire significantly damaged a large portion of the largest fresh onion packing facilities in South Texas. There you have it. Okay. Taylor Farms in Salinas up in flames. Okay, and this is all taking place in the US. And I believe Taylor Farms is big in terms of the fruit industry. And all they do a lot of crops, but I think they do a lot of fruit as well. I think it's in Northern California. Taylor Farms up in flames. Here see it says not just the US either. This was last month in Taiwan at a grocery logistics center. It says huge fire breaks out at the Carrefour Logistics Center in northern Taiwan. I mean, unbelievable scenery, guys. And it says Union Pacific is throttling rail shipments of fertilizer. And during prime planting season. Okay, it's demolition at its finest. Now you have bird flu as well going around. In New Hampshire, crews battled fire for 16 hours at East Conway Beef and Pork. And more here. So, when you see all this, you gotta wonder, is this all just a coincidence? Or is there some kind of conspiracy going on? I don't know. But it's all happening around the same time. It's happening during prime planting season. And where all these things are distributed, to the local market. So as you see these things, you know that we're heading into very troublous times. And so this should give you the reminder to always be prepared, to be ready as much as you can. So without further ado, thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. This is the Digital World Podcast, and I'll see you in the next episode.